Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Yesterday, William Ruto's political event in Kisii went through an embarrassing scene when the mobilized youths started leaving the ground as the president was addressing the youths about the event, which was of the Nyota Fund disbursement to the youths. And in this podcast, we want to see, because we've gone through some state-sponsored Nyota disbursement events, but the big problem they always do is fashioning this Nyota fund as if it is a president's fund, instead of handling it as a program. You see, they do fashion it as a favor of the president to the youths by providing us his money. And because Nyota Fund is a World Bank funded program, that is not showed up, and no World Bank title is being mentioned or even is made to appear during this Nyota Fund disbursement events. So it has been sidelined by the state as president's money or offer to the people, I rather say the youths. But before we continue, dear ladies and gentlemen, just a humble request that if you're watching us for the first time and you've not subscribed to this channel, kindly subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell, like our videos, comment and share. And to those who have already subscribed to this channel, we say thank you very much for your continued support to this channel. Now, I want you to keenly watch this video and see the number of the youths leaving the ground, and at the same time, the other camp was cheering from the first side.
Tuko na vijana wengine ambayo mimi natangaza leo hapa nikiwa Kisii. Kila kijana wa Kenya, wale mmeketi huko, wale ambao you are not beneficiaries of this program ya business support, leo jioni tunafungua mtandao. This evening, *254#. Sio lazima jina yako ijulikane. Sio lazima ujulikane na chief ama mzee wa mitaa ama mtu wa nyumba 10 ama mbunge ama governor. Sio lazima ujulikane na mtu yeyote. Wewe na simu yako jipange leo jioni. Tunatafuta vijana wengine 90,000 ambao tunataka kuwapanga na ujuzi, na tutawapatia pesa 36,000 ya kwenda kupata hiyo ujuzi, na tutawalipia mtihani.
Now, in Gusii Stadium, there were two groups, one of which was seated in the tent opposite but in front of the president, where this is the group that carried most of the beneficiaries. And it is this group here, this is the group. And this other camp here, which had nothing to offer because they were just mobilized to attend the function because the president was coming. So for the numbers to be there, not to show the country that the people did not attend it, they had to mobilize some people. So these ones are the people who are mobilized to attend the event so that we can have a perception that there are numbers who turned up for that Nyota Fund disbursement. So you see, these two camps, this first one in the tent, that first one in the tent are the beneficiaries. The other ones are the mobilized ones. So that is what brought about walking out when the president was talking. Because they had nothing to offer actually. They were paid, they already had their money. So because they had nothing to do there after they had received their money, most of them decided to leave. Now, I want us to delve deep into what transpired in Gusii Stadium. And I want us to understand how the Nyota Fund is being turned into president-sponsored fund. And by the way, this event was targeting 3 counties: the Migori County, the Nyamira County, and Kisii County, which was the host of this event. So I made some observations here, starting from the attendance, where I saw the governor of Kisii County and the elected leaders of Kisii and those of Nyamira County. But in Migori County, the only leader who attended that event was Junet Mohammed, the Suna East Member of Parliament. The Migori governor was not in attendance, and the other elected leaders from Migori were not in attendance. Only Junet Mohammed who attended that. And according to how Junet Mohammed spoke in this event, something is telling me that Migori County did not benefit from this fund disbursement. Migori County, and I want to show you something here, that Migori County did not really benefit from that Nyota Fund. Now, comparing to Nyota Fund disbursement that took place last week in Meru County, that one included 3 counties also, which was Meru County, Embu County, and Tharaka Nithi County. But for that one, both the governors and some elected leaders attended that event. But for this, it's only the Nyamira County and Kisii County leaders who attended. But none of the Migori counties attended, apart from Junet Mohammed. Now, according to the president, in Gusii Stadium, there were 8,820 youths that benefited from the Nyota funds, which from this post, we can confirm from this post that in Kisii County, launched the Nyota Startup Capital Disbursement, where 8,820 young Kenyans received their first tranche of funding, marking the beginning of their entrepreneurial journey. But the funny thing is that, in these counties, their masses are not as large compared to that of Meru, Tharaka Nithi, and Embu. But interestingly, let me show you this post of that disbursement, Nyota disbursement, that took place in Meru. According to the president here also, the post he had was that 6,720 youths benefited from that Nyota Fund disbursement. And actually, you realize he has a consistency pattern of 2020 at the end of his numbers. So, according to this post, we will progressively reach out to every young person in every part of our country. At Kinoru Stadium, Meru County disbursed Kenya shillings 168 million Nyota Business Startup Capital Project to more than 6,720 youths from Meru, Embu, and Tharaka Nithi counties. Just updating you on that, because I believe if it were to consider numbers, then in Kinoru Stadium, there could have been many youths compared to Gusii Stadium. And let us not lie to ourselves, actually. If you try to compare the numbers, you'll see that, he's saying the Gusii. In Gusii, there were 8,820. But in Kinoru, those who benefited were 6,720. Okay? Sawa. Now, I strongly feel that Migori never benefited from this Nyota Fund And if there is one, or if there is anyone who benefited from it, who comes from Migori County, then allow me know. Because when Junet was handed over the microphone, he only spoke about Rigathi Gachagua and the team that is going to IBC and broad-based government.
Wakati ya uchaguzi unajua imekaribia sasa, wanasiasa sasa kila mmoja anatetemeka, hata mimi. Lakini unajua kuna ugonjwa inakujanga wakati kama hii. Na wale wanajua symptom ya hiyo ugonjwa ni wale wamepitia hiyo ugonjwa kama sisi. Sasa hiyo ugonjwa symptom yake, unaona uchaguzi unakuja unaanza kulaumu IBC. Oh, IBC iko na shida. Sijui watu ya system iko na shida. Sijui watu gani. Hiyo yote ni uoga. Watu wawache uoga, wakuje kwa kiwanja. Watanyoroshwa mbaya sana, na watu ya ODM na watu ya UDA wakiungana. Safari hii hakuna uchaguzi hapa Kenya. Sana sana sisi watu wa Migori, you know your excellency, hatujazoea sana mambo ya serikali kabla wewe hujakuwa president. Former president Uhuru alitembelea sisi wakati mwingine 2018, mnakumbuka? Alikuwa ameletea sisi net ya umbu, hii ya dawa ya umbu. Tukakorofishana hapo, viatu ikatupwa, tukakosana, hakurudi tena. Paka sasa President Ruto akakuja. Ndio mara ya pili tukaona mtu anaitwa president. Mnakumbuka? Na ile net yetu ya umbu ikapotea namna hiyo. So your excellency, tunashukuru, we are not taking it for granted because these people, wakati tena nimeona saa hii nchi iko pamoja.
Do you realize that he has not even mentioned anything to do with the Nyota Fund? Even saying that my Suna East people have benefited from this and this. You know, he has not said anything about that Nyota Fund. Now, those who invited him here, invited him with a very clear intention of speaking about the broad-based government. But why not kiss the leaders to speak about the broad-based government, actually? You see? What Junet Mohammed was invited here for was to speak about the broad-based government, not anything else. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching this podcast. And if you've watched it and not subscribed, dear ladies and gentlemen, I humbly request you to subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell, like our videos and comment. And to those who have already subscribed to this channel, we say thank you very much for your continued support to this channel.